for the confidence of building wood. It's a rod.
My name is Mosher. We are here with the band Waveform, which formed in 2018, or at least that's when they had their first release. How are you guys doing today?
Doing awesome.
That's good.
Thanks
That's
for having
good.
us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's a real pleasure. I've been working. I had an interview with Knife Play just a few weeks ago. They came in person and did theirs, but I was talking to them about you guys because I know that TJ, he got the photo for your guys' upcoming album or the release for your new single, and I was like, well, I would really love to have them on the show, and he was like, yeah, I'll put in a word. So looks like something happened, and I'm
Yeah,
really pleased about that.
he did put in the word.
So, Waveform, I mean, like I said, formed in 2018, or at least was your guys' first album, which was released in 2018. I like to put it as a melancholic indie rock with a fusion of dream pop. How would you guys describe your music?
Good question. I would say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
pretty
people
good.
if people ask me how to explain it, I just say it's straightforward indie music.
Yeah. What are some of
Also,
your, yeah,
sorry.
no, you're
We
fine. It's the
we
tribulations
technically
of
formed in
online.
2017 and we had some music out, but we deleted all of it. So like our first I guess our first thing online is 2018, yeah. But we
Yeah.
have some secret stuff before that.
So
But
why did you delete the 2017 releases?
we just thought they were bad.
I
I
mean,
think
that's fair.
mainly.
Are
Well,
you
that's
guys
a
planning
simple
on
way of
releasing
putting
them
it.
eventually?
We put out this one album from them called Drawing,
Mhm.
which I think is on our Bandcamp right now. Let me check. We did like a little 5-year anniversary thing for it. Yeah, that's on our Bandcamp. Oh shit.
This happens every time we do a
Yeah, I don't know why this happens. Can you hear me talking still?
Yeah, we can hear you
yeah.
talking.
Okay. I just opened Google Chrome and then it fucked everything up. Oh, it's good now.
So what are some of your guys' inspirations? We can go around the block. You guys can give some of your own and then some of your band inspirations for where you guys accumulated your music.
Hey, just for inspirations, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
inspiration.
basically- Um,
You go first so I go.
well, I think the first thing I remember us really getting excited about was run for cover bands like Citizen and Modern Baseball and Basement, and then Frank Ocean came out with Blonde, and we loved that album a lot. And then all of our friends liked this guy Alex G, and he played on that record, and we were like, "Oh, we should listen to this music." And then that was what made us really obsessive about recording music together. Was getting into Alex G's music.
That pretty much sums it up, yeah.
So I saw that I was going through and I saw that you guys did a Halloween extravaganza and you guys performed as Alex G. Did you did you do Alex G covers?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We
It
were
was a whole set.
we were dressed as Alex G. I was Alex, and Dan was Sam, who plays guitar. And then the rest goes as follows. And yeah, we
That's
played that.
that's crazy. Are you guys thinking about like doing any like cover EP or anything like that? I mean, if you're gonna do a show, why not make it music?
I don't think we
We
would ever officially do something like that, but
Mhm.
it would actually be really awesome to do something like that at some point. I like I feel like it'd be cooler if like we did a split and then he covered some of our songs.
Yeah, that would be that would be really cool.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Alex G is actually from like our area, so we're located in Westchester, and he's in. I forget, I don't know exactly where he's at, but I know it's like 20 minutes away from here. He went to school right around here, which is crazy. I know a bunch of people that know him. But can you guys tell me a little bit about Death Grips and your inspiration behind Death Grips or your connection to Death Grips? It was the band's first ever tweet was a Death Grips song.
That's the first ever Waveform tweet.
That's the first ever Waveform tweet is a Death Grips song.
Wow, that's crazy. Um, everyone that we were friends with, what limited amount there were in high school, was really obsessed with that band, and then we got really obsessed with them because it's boundary pushing, incredible music. But I don't even remember what that tweet was. But that's definitely a band we were really into that I feel like was one of the few artists that actually felt like they had like a genuine punk mentality or something. So yeah, I still ride for that project, but I feel like I haven't heard anyone talk about them in a while. That was kind of like a crazy throwback to hear you say that.
I only know one album by that band.
Are you
Which
guys
one?
looking
I don't know.
Are you guys looking to put some punk into Waveform? I'm like we talked about before, you're a little melancholic, a little indie rock, but maybe you could throw some punk in there to spice it up.
I think there is.
Um,
I think there's. It's in terms of the musicality of that genre. I think there's more of that on our record, but in a really pretentious way. I think we have somewhat of a punk mentality. I think I would like to think, which is more the important part, I think. But there's probably some punk purists that are gonna come beat our beat us up or something.
So going back to Library, which was the first official release by Waveform back in 2018, official we'll call it. It's very acoustic, but as years have progressed, your music has also progressed. It's now evolved into some experimental sounds that are layered with pounding vocals, but still captures the gloomy acoustic chords, and can be captured in your latest album, Last Room, on the track Tell You, which was released in 2020. I think that might be that punk fusion that you're kind of talking about there. Um, how have the times shaped your music, and what can we expect from your upcoming album, Antarctica?
Dan, you want to answer this?
sure. I think we are just older, so it means that we've heard more music and that we've made different things because of it,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
mainly.
I think I think the new record is just whatever we've been trying to do for a long time. I think we finally did it in a way where I'm actually content with what we did, which I've never felt before. So that's cool. That's all I can really say.
can we expect a lot of the same sounds that Waveform has put out before in the same in this album, in this upcoming album?
hmm
Yeah,
I think so.
I think whatever I think people who like our music and are a part of, our collection of artists and music enjoyers and stuff will resonate with it the same way they did with our old stuff. It's kind of the same vibe.
So talking about how music enjoyists have connected to your music, um, your audience really is all over the place. Can you like kind of describe your audience and how your audience is connected to your music so much? I mean, it's hard to find a band that doesn't have really like a cult like following, but has a following enough to where people resonate so much with the music that you guys create.
I think Were you gonna say something, Dan?
I'm just thinking mainly.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I feel like a lot of the people that like our music and a lot of our like peers' music are also, also like make music and are into like DIY. So that's like the easiest way I would describe it. At least to my idea of it is like a very DIY community sort of thing.
It's a very good way to put it.
I
Run
was
for
gonna say I
cover.
don't really have
Oh, yeah.
I don't really have much of a perception on the fan base or something like that.
Yeah, I probably agree with that as well.
It's confusing to me.
You guys just kind of make music to make music, and who enjoys it, and that's how it is.
To an extent, yeah.
Yep. I think that's the way it has to be sometimes. It keeps you guys in your creative process.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Run for Cover Records, that was a big deal for you guys. Can you take me through kind of how it formed? So, how Run for Cover Records became this big ideal in your head for what you wanted the band to be, and now that you're there, how has that kind of changed your guys's perception of music now that you've signed with Run for Cover?
It was just every band we ever liked was on Run for Cover. So it was just it was I mean it was pretty much exactly what you'd imagine if like the label that you loved the most reached out. It was really awesome. Felt very lucky, fortunate. But Dan, you can elaborate.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It doesn't really change anything. We just kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, it hasn't really changed.
That's all I
Hasn't
can
really
really
changed
say.
our. It hasn't really changed our like process or like it hasn't made me any more or any less depressed, for example, if that makes sense. But I think it's kind of the same thing as I don't even know if I like feel the need to explain this. It's so in depth, but I feel like it's kind of the same thing how like anyone's like job is like a little bit separate from their life and like their emotions. Like I don't even know if this is the question you're asking, but I feel like it hasn't like affected my life that profoundly, but it's definitely like a really valuable relationship and valuable tool being
Yeah,
on
that
a
makes
label.
sense. That makes sense. So I'm actually quite glad you brought up the whole mental health portion of your music because you guys released an album, or not an album, a single called Dream. And that was in a compilation for a mental health, I think it was an EP or album that was released to bring awareness to mental health. Can you guys talk about Dream a little bit and that collaboration that you did?
That was your
Um,
song, right, Dan?
yeah, I don't really remember honestly making the song.
Wait, what song? What is that? What is that song?
Ah, don't
Oh,
it's
it's that
like
one where it's like when you dream, you know everything or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, that was a cool compilation for sure. But I feel like we didn't make that song for the compilation, so it's hard to like remember that vividly,
Mhm.
like what and why we put it on the compilation. But that was definitely cool. It's cool to bring up.
And then the last thing I have for you guys, I'll let you guys have some final remarks, but I was going through the Twitters, and the one thing that stuck out to me the most was the Beanie Baby obsession. Who has the Beanie Baby obsession, and what is the Beanie Baby obsession?
Definitely
It's
Dan.
definitely me. Yeah, that is really cool. They're really cool items,
You
and I
you
like
said
pictures of them.
you said that Beanie Babies are like Bitcoin?
Did I say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I think
that makes
Dan
sense
was
a little bit.
I think Dan was describing the investment value that Beanie Babies will potentially have for long-term stock projections.
Yeah.
And anyone listening should definitely, stay aware of that. It could be a good venture, good business venture. They're definitely more important than Bitcoin.
Definitely more important. I agree. I have 3 Beanie Babies in my car. They're all Iggies. They're like little iguanas. I call them the Migos because they're all the same, like tie-dye iguanas. I got them at a flea market, and it's a little joke between my friends that I have the Migos. But
That's
um,
amazing. I need to look that one up. Iggy the iguana.
Iggy the iguana. Yep.
All right. That
So,
sounds
any final
awesome.
remarks from you guys? Any final remarks from Waveform? I know you guys have the new album coming up, Antarctica. When's that release?
May 12th.
May 12th. And you guys currently have bundles for pre-order on your Bandcamp, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
With a cow stuffed animal.
The cow stuffed animal is
Yeah.
amazing. I love the cow stuffed animal.
Thank you.
And we have a new song coming out tomorrow.
And the new song coming out tomorrow, what's it called?
In My Drink.
Is it In My Drink or In My Drink?
In My Drink.
Amazing. Alrighty, well, this was Waveform. I'm John Mosher. Thank you guys for listening in.
One should